All right, and so we are on the record in the matter of the state of Michigan versus Octavia Grant, 231077. And Detective Sergeant Grote, if you can please state your name for the record.
Detective Sergeant Ken Grote.
All right, please raise your right hand. You solemnly swear from the testimony you're about to give this matter be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you. You may proceed on the warrant.
I'm signing this on information and belief for Detective Sabo. May 15, 2023 at approximately 12:55 hours, Wyandotte officers were dispatched to the First Merchant Bank located at 2517 4th Street in the city of Wyandotte for a female in the process of uttering and publishing, passing a bogus check for the amount of $965.11. Officers arrived as the defendant Grant was walking out of the branch office. Officer Grant walked in the branch office and went to the teller providing a bogus check with her Michigan ID card. Grant said that it wasn't a payroll check, but it was actually a refund check for rocks that she ordered. The legitimate company displayed on the bogus check is Hutch Paving Incorporated out of the city of Warren. The printed check was made out to Ms. Grant, but had an incorrect address on it compared to her actual address in Woods. To Ms. Grant, the bank had already alerted by another branch office that this bogus check from Hutch Paving Incorporated and be on the lookout for fraudulent activity. The tailor delayed Ms. Grant, but then she left the bank without the check or her Michigan photo ID card, and subsequently was contacted and arrested by the Wyandotte police just a few businesses away from the crime scene. And so Ms. Grant is also responsible for the identity theft due to Hutch Paving Incorporated owner Michael Campbell not giving permission to steal or use his personal or business identification.
All right, upon examination, complaining witness was probable cause to believe that the charges were committed, and upon the offense charges were committed, there's probable cause to believe the defendant committed those offenses. And good afternoon, counsel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Christopher Shemke, appearing on behalf of my client. At this time, we consent to the matter being heard via Zoom.
All right, and Ms. Grant, your name, please.
Your name.
Octavia Grant.
All right, thank you. And counsel, as to the arraignment.
As the arraignment, we waive formal reading. My client stands mute.
All right, thank you. And the court will waive the formal reading. And ma'am, you have the right to have an attorney. If you cannot afford one, the court will appoint one to represent you. And in fact, you've had an opportunity to speak to an attorney today in a breakout room, correct?
Yes.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
All right. You have the right to be presumed innocent until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to have a trial by a judge or by a jury. You also have the right to remain silent. Anything you say orally or in writing may be used against you in court. Do you understand those rights, ma'am?
Yes.
The court's going to enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Schedule this matter for probable cause conference May 25th at 9:20 a.m. And counsel as to bond, and then I'll give Detective Sergeant Grote an opportunity to address bond.
Your Honor, my client is 25 years old. Right now, she's living with her sister, and she's a single mother of 2 children, ages 5 and 5 months. She's not employed right now. She is trying to coordinate employment as well as taking care of her children without transportation. Judge, she assures this honorable court she will appear at any and all future court dates and would respectfully request leniency when determining the appropriate bond. Thank you, Judge.
Okay. And so, Ms. Grant.
Yes.
How do you provide for your children and yourself if you're not working?
I get an SSI check once a month.
Okay, and is that, what's the basis for that? Is that from a disability? That's not a disability, is it?
I have sickle cell.
Okay. And that prevents you from working?
It does. Certain conditions I cannot work under because of the sickle cell. I can't be too hot. I can't be too cold. It's a lot of different components that will make my sickle cell act up. And I've had multiple surgeries because of it.
Okay, and I can understand that, ma'am. And so you are you currently on probation or parole anywhere, ma'am?
I'm sorry?
Are you currently on probation or parole anywhere?
No.
Are you out on bond in any other jurisdiction?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and what are you out on bond for?
Resisting arrest.
And what jurisdiction is that out of?
Detroit.
And so you're out on bond, and now it's alleged that you've committed another felony.
Yes, ma'am.
And so who has your children right now, ma'am?
Right now, they're separated. My oldest sister has my oldest daughter, so she can go back to school, go back and forth to school. And right now, my baby father, his sister has my youngest.
Do you know anybody at Hutch Paving Incorporated?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Do you know Michael Campbell?
No, ma'am.
All right, Detective Sergeant Grove?
Your Honor, the seriousness of this crime, and then she's also a suspect that's being investigated in Oakland County for 2 other of the same crime. We're gonna ask for 15,000 cash.
All right. Well, given the fact that Ms. Grant is currently on bond and was recently placed on bond just 1 month ago. Given the fact that Ms. Grant is currently under investigation for other offenses, and given the nature of the charges and the potential penalty, the court's going to indicate a $15,000 cash bond with the following bond conditions. You're not to have any contact with First Merchant Bank or its employees, or Hutch Paving Incorporated or employees, or Michael Campbell. That's phone contact, text message, email, social media, third party, anything of the like. You also are not to enter the premises at First Merchant Bank branches, whichever branch it may be, nor Hutch Paving Incorporated. You're not to possess or consume any alcohol or drugs unless prescribed. And in the event you post bond, you are to have a GPS tether, house arrest, all right, anything else?
No, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, the court will see you next week. All right,
Your
I'll
Honor.
be off the record.